Hello fellow cartoon fans, my name is Kelly and I am here with Cartoon Universe, helping out Haley and Michael with some new content for the channel, and I'm so excited because this is my first video and I am so happy that they want me on board. So it's really nice to meet all of you guys. I am a fellow cartoon fanatic, like I'm sure most of you are, and today we are going to be talking about my favorite cartoon, Steven Universe, and a really interesting theory, the theory that Pink Diamond might still be alive. But yeah, in the most recent episode from the last Steven bomb, I guess you could call it, called Your Mother and Mine, we received pretty solid evidence that Pink Diamond might still be alive after all. This is different than the evidence of that really popular theory that Pink Diamond is hidden away in Lion's Mane, which honestly I still find really intriguing, and if that does end up being true, I know those original theorists are going to be like, hey, I knew it, but we receive actual evidence from Steven himself at the end of this episode. So Steven opens up to Garnet and has a bit of a heart-to-heart with her about how he had that experience on the Jungle Moon as Stefani, having a flashback and a dream of something that happened to Pink Diamond apparently in the past. Steven is telling Garnet, I just felt such a deep connection, I feel like maybe she's still out there somewhere. And honestly, when you think about it, Steven has every right to feel that way because the same thing happened with Blue Diamond in the Blue Diamond arc. He felt her tears, he felt her emotions, only to see her right there. So that kind of leads me to believe, is Pink Diamond physically camping out on Jungle Moon somewhere? I mean, that's a crazy idea, but it could be true. Does Steven need to be physically close to the diamonds to be able to access their emotions and their dreams and visions? Or can he access them from anywhere? Now, this is something we'll never know, but the fact that Steven is even thinking about this idea is really interesting. What we're going to talk about today in this video is what would happen to the show if Pink Diamond is alive. So I have a few key points I want to bring up. I want to bring up two different versions of Pink Diamond, which we've kind of been shown so far in the show. I want to bring up how the crystal gems would react, how the diamonds would react, and ultimately what Pink Diamond being alive would mean for the show as a whole. So we've been shown two different versions of Pink Diamond, one in the Garnet flashback and just the way that the crystal gems have talked about her in the past, and one version, the only other version that we know, is from Steven's dream of her as Stefani. Both are completely different. So let's say that Pink Diamond is alive and we find out she is, and she is this evil, crazy, kind of dictator diamond like Garnet portrayed her to be. What do you think would happen in the show? Well, I could definitely see the show ending in a war, potentially the diamonds versus the crystal gems, or something along those lines. And I could see Pink Diamond being furious, especially if she finds out that Steven is, well, Rose Quartz herself. Because even if Rose Quartz didn't actually shatter Pink Diamond, even if something happened with the sword, it didn't really work, she only poofed her, she still potentially tried to harm her, and I think Pink Diamond is going to remember that. And if Pink Diamond is really the way that Garnet depicted in the flashback, she and Rose Quartz were not really friends. They did not like each other very much. So I do not predict the show ending with a diamond redemption, at least on Pink Diamond's side. Now let's say that Pink Diamond in actuality is alive and is the way that Steven actually saw her in his dream. Now I'm kind of leaning more towards that because for any of you who saw the episode Your Mother and Mine, Garnet's flashback has a lot of holes in it, and I'm not really sure how much I'm believing her at this point, which is kind of disappointing for me because Garnet's always been the one that kind of held the team together and who was so supportive of Steven and so open with him seemingly, and now I'm beginning to not really trust her, and that kind of sucks a little bit as a fan, feeling that way. But hey, that's what keeps the show interesting. So if Pink Diamond is actually kind of a nice diamond who was just different than the others, always felt, you know, inferior to them and was kind of naive and had trouble running her first world, her first colony, then I think that the way that all the characters react would be very different as opposed to her being more evil and crazy. First and foremost, I predict Pink Diamond and Steven having a serious confrontation and conversation together. Now, as you can see, and as Steven said, and Garnet even confirmed, which is even more interesting, Steven is an empath. He has these empathetic powers to actually feel the emotions of all other gems. So he is going to be able to feel and relate to Pink Diamond, and her actually physically being alive, she could tell him her story and why she is feeling the way she feels, what actually did happen to her, how her life was, and Steven is going to feel every single emotion of that. And I think that could be a really powerful episode and scene. If she is nice, that's also going to make Steven question the crystal gems themselves, which is going to be crazy because he's going to realize that they lied to him about the way that she was the entire time. So what else did they lie to him about? Probably a lot of rose quartz stuff. So if I were Steven and I found out that Pink was actually not this crazy diamond dictator spoiled brat, but actually a little bit misunderstood, a little bit naive and new at what she was doing, I would relate to her. And in a way, if you think of Pink Diamond, the more nice Pink Diamond, and Steven how he is, they're kind of similar in character and situation. So that could lead to a very interesting scene. Another scenario could be, once again, a gem war. But maybe this time Pink Diamond would also side with the crystal gems as another gem that knows what it's like to feel mistreated and different, and maybe it would be like a Pink Diamond, Steven, the crystal gems versus the diamonds in Homeworld, which I think would be epic. That would be really cool. So now I want to talk about how the diamonds would feel if Pink Diamond was alive. How do you think they would react? Well, ever since the episode with What's the Use of Feeling Blue, I really think that both Yellow and Blue Diamond loved Pink Diamond. Even though people will argue in the trial episode, Yellow was kind of on her high horse and they were saying, Yellow did it, Yellow shattered her. No, I think Yellow just has a different way of masking her emotions, whereas Blue Diamond is more openly emotional. She's okay with it. She's okay with being vulnerable. Yellow Diamond has a suit of armor up, and I know people in my real life that are like that. And that's what makes the Diamond so interesting, because they're believable as characters, they're multi-dimensional, and it's really awesome. So I really think that Yellow Diamond and Blue Diamond would be overjoyed, emotional, and it would be the first time we'd actually get to see the Diamonds be vulnerable, let down those walls, be actual feeling emotional characters instead of these highly godlike characters, and I think that would be really cool to see. Now for White Diamond, obviously we still don't know much about her. Someday we will, guys, someday we will. Just hang on to that hope. I'm hanging on to it too. But one thing in Your Mother and Mine that really stuck out to me that I found to be really interesting was during the Garnet flashback when Garnet mentions Pink Diamond called out to her closest allies, Blue and Yellow. She did not mention White. So does White hate Pink Diamond? Do they have nothing to do with each other? Were they once friends and now they don't talk anymore? She said Pink's two closest allies. White was not even mentioned. So the relationship between White Diamond and Pink Diamond is very interesting. We know White Diamond definitely exists. We don't know anything about her. We just know she exists, or she did at some point. Who knows? But I don't know. I don't know how White Diamond would react, but that would be a really interesting scene to see. I imagine White Diamond and Pink having a mother-daughter relationship, sort of, but we still have no way of knowing that. But I do think Blue and Yellow would be very vulnerable, and it would really help us finally see the depths of their characters. The crystal gems, I think they would go ballistic. I think it would really change their relationship with Steven, maybe for the worse if Pink Diamond was alive, because Steven would have so many questions. He would even question who these three basic gem moms he grew up with were this entire time, because they've kept so many secrets from him, and Pink Diamond being alive would really kind of drive a wrench in that, and that would not be a good thing. But I do really think that there would be a lot of friction there, and I think the crystal gems would probably try to attack. But we're not completely sure because we still don't know. Is Pink Diamond evil? Is she good? Is she kind of both? We don't know. But lastly, what I want to talk about is how would this affect the show as a whole? I think if Pink Diamond is alive, we're not going to know until the end of the show. And I think it's going to end in either some kind of a big confrontation between Steven and Pink Diamond and finding out all of the answers and the truth, or it's going to end in some kind of a war. Both endings I think would be pretty cool. One that's a little bit more emotional, more about connecting, more about finally coming clean about things, would be if Steven and Pink Diamond have a big talk about everything, and the crystal gems maybe finally open up to the things they lied about. Maybe everyone makes peace. Or maybe there's this huge epic battle between the crystal gems and the diamonds, and it's awesome and cool, and it ends in that awesome, great big anime showdown way. You never know. But either way, I think if Pink Diamond is alive, we're not going to know for a while, and it's not going to be until the end of the show, probably around the same time that we finally meet White Diamond. But anyway, what do you guys think? Do you hope Pink Diamond's alive? Do you think any of these points are interesting? Do you think the characters will react in a different way? Comment below, voice your opinions, let's have a discussion about it, because it's definitely a really interesting thing to think about, and it's definitely something to still keep in the back of our minds as the show moves forward. So it was nice chatting with you guys on Cartoon Universe. Comment below your thoughts and feelings, and have a great day.